Fellow collectors, today we'll be talking about something that Disney and Marvel and Hasbro has wanted to forget quite a while, because these things have been sitting on shelves and, just cluttering up the toy aisles until they put it on clearance. And that's one of the reasons why I have it, because over half of these figures are ones that I really didn't care for. The last three are the ones that really hit me out of the whole collection. So, these are the three that I was most interested in. The other four, just weren't in the collection. However, the actual figure that they build, the totally awesome Hulk, is one that I wanted. So that is the reason why I did this. So first we'll start off with Captain Marvel. Then we'll have Photon, which is basically off of the third Captain Marvel in the comic books. And then we have Miss Marvel. And as we look on the name, Marvel Boy. So everybody is named Marvel here in the front. Then we have Carnet, Commander Rogers, and of course Iron Man. So let's get them out of the box. Okay, once you get them out of the box, we get Iron Man with these two hands and these repulsor slash fire jet pack blaster. Iron, basically you just put it under his boots and you get the effect, or you can do like they do in the Iron Man movies and pretend that he's flying using both the repulsor and his boots. Just very nice. Now this Iron Man is very cool looking based on the Return. The Hero's Return, which is very nice. Now he can lift his arms up. He's got this pauldron here that goes up. He's got a bicep swivel, double bend in the arms. These pegs here that are straight, but for these, they actually move around and are up and down. Now his waist is the old hinge style and can swing there, so he's got ab crunch in the swing. His head goes up, down, right and left. Thighs rotation, double bend in the knee. Boot swivel, as well as a peg hinge here on the foot. And very nice look. This is one of my favorite Iron Mans. The Hero's Returns was always one of my favorites. And we come to the new Miss Marvel movie, where we get introduced to the three Miss Marvels that Marvel has. I'm looking for a better word other than say that. But Miss Marvel comes with two blasts and these fists here that are palmed open a little bit. See, they got that kung fu grip in them. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Focus! There we go. Nice. Now Miss Marvel, looking like the Miss Marvel from the other movies and the figure lines. Now she has the ball joint here at the top that allows her for rotation. No rotation at the waist. You can do this much of a split, forward and back. Thigh rotation, double bend in the knee. Now she doesn't have a boot swivel, but she does have the peg hinge here that allows her to rotate and go forward and back. Now the arms themselves can do a nice T-pose, bicep swivel, double bend here in the arm. But whenever you do it, it looks pretty weird. Then you have this peg here that goes around. And for the head itself, you can't do much back because of the hair. She can do pretty good forward though, right and left. So this representation of Brie Larson is not bad. And now we come to Kamala. Now she doesn't have any accessories as far as hands, but she does come with the little cat alien that's sitting there grabbing somebody to eat it, which is very cool. You get that. Looks like some of my cats, tell you the truth, whenever they get the wet food. So here we have Miss Marvel. Now she has her scarves that she actually uses as weapons in the movie. She can do this much of a T-pose. She has the bicep swivel, double bend in the elbows, wrist on the peg hinge. Now she also cannot look back that much, but she can look down, right and left. She has the hinge here, the ball joint, so she can do all the movements here at the top, not at the bottom. She can do this much of a split thanks to this skirt here, forward and back. Now she does have a thigh rotation, double bend in the knee, and the foot swivel on that peg hinge. Next we come to Photon, or Miss Marvel in the comic books, where she controls light and things like that. So we can see we get the lined up for her costume. And we get the white and black look. Now her hair is not all the way back, so she does get a little bit up, down, right, and left. She can do a nice T-pose. Arm goes all the way around. Bicep swivel, double bend in the elbows, wrist on peg hinge. Now, once again, all the females have the ball joint at the top, not at the waist. She can do a pretty good split. Thigh rotation, double bend in the knee. Now, she doesn't have a boot swivel, but she does have the legs and hole for the stand. Now we come to Marvel Boy. Now he has two weapons here, and you see they have pistols and they have that grip there, so you can see he can do that kind of thing. And yeah, I'm not too familiar with him, but I know he exists. Now he has the extra little bit here in the back that allows him to have those arms flexing back, and he gets a little bit forward so he can actually touch his hands together or hold a weapon in one hand or two hands like a sword. So it's very nice. He has the bicep swivel, double bend in the elbows, wrist on a peg hinge, head that looks up, down, right, left. We have the old style swivel here and the waist. This much of, so I'm getting paint off of him, falling off. That's not good, right? So he does this much of a split, thigh rotation, double bend in the knee. Yeah, you can see it just falling off. Wow. He has a boot swivel and a peg hinge here on the foot. And that is it for him. Now, I do not know why he has that swivel, because I didn't think he was that much of a X-Men or something like that. Next, we come to Karnak as part of the people on the moon, if you know who they are. You know, Black Bolt is the leader, right? So here we have the arms that go forward and not much back. You get a little bit. He's got a swivel here, which is very unique because it looks like he's just got a gap guard just to make sure. That was a little extra touch that they added. Now he has the bicep swivel, the double bend in the elbow, the wrist on that peg hinge. Old style Abby crunch, spin at the waist underneath this right here. He can do this much of a split, which is kind of funny because this guy is a martial artist. He should be able to do a full split, but he has a thigh rotation, double bend in the knee. No boot swivel, but the old style hinge here that goes forward and back, and you get the lots of movement out of that wrist. Now his head can do a really good back, forward, right, and left, because he has this swivel here with a peg that goes up into the head. Definitely lots of good movement. Now he comes with these two hands, this one and this one. Very nice. Now we come to Captain America when he was with S.H.I.E.L.D., Colonel or something like that. I can't remember right offhand what exactly this was, but yeah, the Captain America that had the energy shield created by Iron Man instead of creating him a new shield with vibranium, they just had this shield that he generated from his wrist. Now, unlike the Toy Biz version, he does not come with guns. He comes with the shield, and that's it. But we see this nice American star and the stripes here, all white though. Now, he has the ability to come back just a little bit, but not a lot. Not like Karnak or Marvel Boy. He has the bicep swivel, double bend in the elbows, wrist on the peg hinge. His head can go back that much. Down there, right and left, no problems. Old style Abby Crunch. Spins at the waist. This much up split, forward and back. Thigh rotation, double bend in the knee. No boot swivel, but the old style peg hinge for the feet. So as far as Captain America goes, this one is unique because, you know, he wasn't just Captain America at that time. He was actually leading troops and things like that, not in an actual war, which is nice. So now we come to the favorite part of the Build-A-Figure, the actual build. Now the amazing Hulk here actually comes with these 2 extra hands, and when you get them together, his feet just simply collapse into these sections here. Get the one, then you get the second one, get the arms, you put them in like so. Oops. And he wants to be a little bit of a stickler for that. And then you just simply put on the head. And there we have the Hulk. And this is not Bruce Banner, this is Mr. Choi. And, you know, they haven't done this in the Marvel movies. I'm waiting for them to actually do that. So we'll see. But here we have an intellectual Hulk. And for size comparison, here we have the 80th anniversary Hulk. So you can see they are on the same scale. The newer Hulk is just a touch taller, just by a little bit. And then we'll bring in the maximum Hulk, and we look, and this little bit of hair gives him just a little bit height advantage, but other than that, eye to eye. You know, aye, Captain. But yes, very thinner than the real Hulk. Incredible, rampaging, savage. But this guy is, like I said, not Bruce Banner, but another Hulk. So he will look good on your Hulk shelf with your other Hulks. So, you know, whatever you have for your Hulk collection, he will look nice on there as well. So remember, as always, to like, subscribe, and keep collecting.